bonjour mes amis, and welcome to my school project, and a YouTube channel that I've been working on. So today's topic is France and all its whiny and musical goodness, so put on your berets and your long, thin, fake mustaches, and let's take a trip! France, or the French Republic, was founded after the 100 Years' War, when Clovis I, the king of the Franks, defeated the Roman Empire. Before this, though, the place where France would have been founded was dominated by the Celts, who were taken over by Romans in 57 to 52 BC. The Celts, renamed to the Gauls by the Romans, helped the invaders by spreading their influence around the rest of Europe. Jumping back to the Franks, King Clovis made the land his own and named it after his people. And that's pretty much it. Nothing major happens until the Tiny Terror. Napoleon Bonaparte had a colorful life. Born in 1796, his parents sent him to a military school when he was 9, and then he graduated at age 16. He quickly rose the ranks from an artillery lieutenant to a general. He chose the winning side of the French Revolution. And what the French Revolution was the first step to introducing a democratic republic to France for the gap between the rich and the poor. The poor revolted against the rich, and ta-da! Severed royal heads and guillotines galore! Anyway, Napoleon was in control of the entire French army at age 26, which is really impressive. While there were power struggles because of the French Revolution, Napoleon went ahead and fought wars in Italy, Austria, the Netherlands, Malta, Egypt, Syria, and finally came back to France to take over at age 30. Then he started losing, and France got angry at his useless calls for wars and battles. They locked him up and exiled him to St. Helena, and where he probably died of stomach cancer at the age of 51. The European leaders, after Napoleon's death, went back to the original borders and made rules so a country can't gain that much of Europe in one stroke again so easily. Afterwards, things got quiet until the World Wars. The World Wars were a crazy time, like most other countries. In World War I, France was mostly defending their ground. Germany attempted to invade and take over multiple times, and they succeeded. Even after suffering a couple defeats, they picked up the pieces and rebuilt their country from the inside out. They stood up and kicked the intruders out of their country. They were victorious this time, but their casualties were immense. This harm was what made them targets. When Adolf Hitler came in power in 1933, France seemed to be more powerful than Nazi Germany. This perception changed when, 6 weeks into 1940, he started invading European countries one by one, including France, and continued to take even more countries in a brutal defeat of the Allied forces. Small groups of loyal allies in France still tried to fight back, but all were swiftly dealt with. The other Allied countries were fighting off more important battles, so they left France. No one returned to save them, until D-Day. June 6, 1944, 160,000 Allied troops stormed the 50-mile, heavily fortified French coast in Normandy and attacked the Nazi German army. 5,000 ships, 13,000 planes, 9,000 Allied deaths, but the French joined, making their numbers equal 100,000, and slowly took back Europe. Although their loss of life was great, the French were able to gain much more land from Germany and rebuilt their nation. They became an agricultural and industrial powerhouse. So now, France is a very cool place. The area is 248,573 square miles, and the population is at 66,259,012 strong. These people live 82 years on average, and compared to America's 78 years, they got us beat. They're also very well educated, and their literacy rate is 99%. The French flag is called the tricolor, and it makes its way back to the French Revolution. The red and blue represent the colors of the revolutionaries. They wore and flew these colors when they fought against the rich people. The white was later added. It represents the king. King Louis XVI was the person who made the change. So now, here's some fun facts. France has the most tourists in the world, with 83 million people visiting in 2012. 2. There's a law that says a traditional baguette has to be made of water, salt, yeast, and flour. 3. Also, 10 billion baguettes are baked in France over a span of a year. 4. The Eiffel Tower was planned to be torn down after the fair it was made for finished, but its popularity has kept it up. 5. Every 7 years, the Eiffel Tower is repainted. 6. France has the highest wealth tax of any European country. 7. Salute can mean hello and goodbye. 8. France has won the most Nobel Prizes for literature and has the second most for mathematics. 9. Croissants were invented in France. They came from Austria. And 10. 1/3 of the land can be used to farm and raise livestock. One of the biggest news stories in recent times in France is the Charlie Hebdo shootings. 2 Al-Qaeda gunmen went into a building that writes and prints satirical magazines. The magazine's name was Charlie Hebdo. They published magazines that poked fun at international countries, governments, and religion. This means that they also made fun of Islam, and that made some terrorist groups unhappy. Because of it, 12 people are now dead, 10 of them from the magazine building. After this event, more shootings occurred. A policewoman shot while in search for the 2 suspects, an attack of a grocery store, and Molotovs found in the escape vehicle. The groups did not take this lightly, and neither did France. So in the end, France is a great place. From its violent beginnings to its terrorized present, it has continued to thrive. Things are pointing to get better for them, and I wish them the best of luck. Hey guys, so thanks for watching our video. If you like, you can leave a like or subscribe, that would be nice. And you can go and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr. We have all those, so the links will be provided for you in the description below. So I will see you guys later. Ciao!